So my passion is to learn about other people's passions, because when someone has a chance to talk about what they're most passionate about, everything about their being becomes brighter, it becomes more real, it becomes more them. And I think that authenticity and that feeling alive and connected and present in the world is a thing I want to surround myself with all of the time. On today's episode, I am talking with my longtime friend, Michael Phillips, and his wonderful wife, Susie. If you want to learn more about Michael and Susie, please go to janesplace.com, where you can learn more about them and their favorite comfort foods. What are you really passionate about? Because what I found, it doesn't have to be, it could be family, it could be sports, it could be work. Because what I found is if you spend your time on something that you're really passionate about, you will build confidence, and that confidence expands to other parts of your life. So when I spend time with young people starting their careers, I want them to really focus on something that they love, and then they sort of blossom in a way that allows them to bring that into other parts of their life. So just maybe let's take a couple of minutes and have both of you talk a little bit about what you get most excited about and why.
I love playing competitive golf. I mean, since I'm kind of semi-retired right now, I just enjoy the idea of getting competitive and trying to win and get better at golf. So that's become a real passion for me, one of my passions. And I've become fairly successful at it, but not always. But I mean, it's just fun to compete and play golf and get better at it. It's a hard sport. It's very difficult to master. So it's an endless journey to try and get better at it. And I enjoy the camaraderie of playing golf with in a competitive environment, but then also with Susie, Spider, I call her, but yeah. So and couples and things. So it's a great way to share a lot of time with people too. And then the after scene, having a few drinks afterwards too, is really nice. And then the other thing is that I'm kind of passionate about is QTR, this quality time remaining kind of theme that I've thought of, and now that I'm 71, and I just feel like, I first introduced it to my daughter Madeline. She said, "Dad, that's so weird. I mean, you're talking about dying." Well, we're all going to die. We're not getting out of this alive, and so it's a reminder to the quality time that you have remaining is to just enjoy it with friends and family, and do the things that you can do now, and enjoy being in that space and. So I kind of try to live my life that way, and we've kind of done that over the time that we've known each other for the last 7 years. Yeah.
That's so cool. Well, going back to golf, because I know Susie, you play too. When you talk about success, is that winning the match? Is it beating your last score? Is it what does that success look like for you in golf?
I think it's like, putting myself in situations where it's kind of stressful, where, you just like you see on TV with the guys. I mean, so can you perform under stress when you're playing in a tournament, for example, and kind of mentally, figure a way to score, have the best round or have a good round to beat the competitor. I like playing a lot of match play where you're just one-on-one with somebody, and that's what it is for me.
That's great. Yeah. And Susie, is your passion golf too, or?
It's one of them.
He likes your ravioli, and you like to play golf with him.
No, I'm not as into the competitive part of it, but I will say that my entire life, sports have been a passion for me. I was one of the children of the was it Title IX when girls got the chance to play sports.
Yes.
So I was in 8th grade then, and so from that point forward, I've been an athlete and passionate about every single sport under the sun practically. And now golf is my main sport, obviously. And I think the one thing that has made that even better for me is watching my kids then be involved in sports. We did tennis, all their childhood, and other sports too. And sharing my passion with them and seeing them be passionate about it as well. And now with a grandson, he's like part of that, and we go watch all of his baseball games, and he loves to golf too, and so we're trying to incorporate him into our golf passion.
Yeah.
We hope it rubs off.
He likes it, and he's really talented. So yeah.
Well, have you seen with your kids playing sports leading to more confidence? I mean, to me,
absolutely.
we're the same age, but I was never athletic, so I had to develop confidence in other ways. I was more of a bookworm. But it just always seemed to me that men always, and boys, were always much more confident at that sort of younger age, and part of it seemed to me was that they were in sports, and they had this opportunity to show their skills and build confidence.
And I think that's so true for like our age group, right? So then the next gen, my kids, like Rachel, I think had just as much as confidence as Tom.
Yeah.
For sure. She had the same, or in some things better success, and Tom was better at other things, but it didn't matter their gender. It was, they got the opportunities, they both had it, and they both loved it, and they still continue today to be involved in sports, and now, the next generation, CJ does too. So.
Where golf is kind of an individual sport. I mean, it can be, you're playing as a team, but it's kind of an individual performance. There's all the other sports that I grew up with, and probably you grew up with, or team activity sports, and I think just the idea of getting the confidence you're talking about is working with other people together to have a combined goal and achieve success and all the things that go with that. So I think building teamwork, being able to work with other people, gel. It's not about one person being the best player. It's all about the team, and that I think that transpires to going into the workforce and working in an environment where you're pitted with a bunch of other people to try and get a product out or and get a result that you're trying to do. And you have to work together in that collaborative sort of way. And I think that sports really kind of teaches you how to do that.
No, that's great. That's really right, and I do think it does play out into the work world when you sort of have that sense that you can win. I don't know. I think what I've learned about myself more and more over time is I just like winning so much. I don't know where that came from, but it's so it does. Whether it's in sports or business or whatever winning could be in life.
Yeah. I think also the coaching, if you're in sports, you're getting coached, and I think that people that are not in sports are not listening to somebody help them, the coaching and taking that input. I mean, I guess you can have good coaches or bad coaches, but at the same point in time, you're listening. They're trying to help you, improve whatever you're doing. And I think that people that don't have that, they're not involved in that. They have to find it some other way. Either maybe through their friends or their parents or through the universities that they attend, the colleges or whatever. But I mean, I think that concept of, hey, I'm not really great at this. How do I get better at it?
Right.
And I think that later on, you said the same type of coaching in different ways in work environments.
I've never thought about that before, about sort of the analogy with sports coaches, because I do a lot of mentoring and coaching, but what I find is a lot of people are afraid to ask for help. They see it's like a sign of weakness or something, like you need to have all the answers. But if you're in sports, you have a coach because you want to get better. Yeah. So that's such an interesting thing, that how do you get that same sort of mentality in business? Not like, I have to do it all by myself, but instead sort of have somebody that's helping you along, like you were playing tennis and you had somebody by your side helping you get better, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Well, thank you both for joining me for this short discussion today, and let's go out and have a fun evening.
Sure.
Thank you, Jane. That's sweet. Thank you.
It's for hosting our anniversary party.
Let's get the ravioli going.
This podcast with Michael and Susie held a special meaning for me because Michael was best man in my wedding in 1986, truly a lifetime ago. In all those years, we have been through a lot of ups, a lot of downs, and so his concept of quality time remaining, doing things you love with the people you love, really resonates with me. I am so glad we talked about the power of competitive sports to fuel both of their passions. Although building a successful career has been the foundation for much of my mentoring work, building a balanced life is actually one of the keys to success in business. By not having all of our eggs in the proverbial work basket, we can lean on other experiences like sports to build our confidence and satisfaction. But the wow moment for me was the idea that in sports you always have a coach, and that coach is there to give you immediate feedback so you can be constantly improving. As I said in our discussion, So many people I have worked with are afraid to ask for help of any kind in the work environment. That has definitely been an issue for me throughout the years, as for some reason I always felt I had to have all the answers. Now, as a very experienced executive, I realize that it is not possible to have all the answers, not healthy to have all the answers, and people really like it when you ask for their help, as it builds confidence. So my 2 questions for myself and you. First of all, do we have a coach in our life who can give us feedback? Do we proactively seek advice and use it to improve our skills? Special thanks to Jane's Place fabulous producer, Aditi Joshi, who made my passion a reality. I am also so appreciative that the amazing musician, Tim Cook, provided the lively music from the Subdudes called Them Figs. This podcast was brought to you by Rudy's Bakery new gluten-free Sandos with Justin's Nut Butter and from our friends at Naturally Colorado. I want to keep asking questions that matter, and I want this to feel like a space where your story belongs too. If there's something you want to talk about, a moment, a memory, a shift you're going through, Jane's Place door is always open. Truly. You can drop me a note on the website, join a future episode, or simply listen in when you're ready. Because Jane's Place isn't just a podcast, it's a gathering, and I'm so grateful that you're here.